Hello everyone, this is Tanisha from One Bird's Nest. I wanted to come on here because if you saw my previous videos, you would know that we did make some changes this year with our curriculum. And so I wanted to come on here and show you the math lessons for living education. We're doing level 6, which pretty much correlates to grade 6 if you kind of compare the scope and sequence. So I just kind of want to quickly run through it so that you kind of have an idea of what it looks like if you're looking to purchase this curriculum. So right now we're in week 6. And I am actually really loving this, and it seems like my son is, well, I won't say enjoying it, but it's pretty, been a stress-free 6 weeks. So I really like it because it's less problems, but I still feel like you get the same kind of quality as in the other curriculums. So when you get the math book, it looks like this. What I did is I went to a printing shop and I had them cut the binding of the book. And you can see here is the back side of the book. I just put it in a binder because most of the books from Master Books comes with these 3 punch holes. So I just stuck it in a binder because it's easier to maneuver the pages. You can do the spiral bounding, but the spiral bounding will be very close to the pages, so it may have a tendency to fall out or rip out easily. So as you move through, I love that there's color because we were coming from Christian Light, which I also like Christian Light. And we came from Abeka also, and Abeka had color, and that's one thing that my son missed was the color of the pages because Christian Light does not have the color. So as you move through it, it tells you any supplies that you need for the course, for this book, and I like it because each chapter starts off with a story. So you read through the story, and the story correlates to the lesson, and so it goes by days. So you have like day 1. If you came from Abeka, this may be familiar how they have like day 1, day 2, and I kind of like that too because then you don't feel like you're getting behind, like in quotes behind, because I feel like sometimes we feel like we have to rush through and be on track on the schedule with everything. And this is nice because you can, if you skip a day or 2, something happens, you just move on to the next day. So I've noticed some people have concerns about, oh, it may not be enough problems in the book. You know, maybe we might have to supplement. So far, I haven't had to supplement. I really like that there's fewer problems on the pages, especially I think if your child is like a visual learner. It's really nice that there's less pages because I feel like in Abeka and Christian Light, we were just crossing off problems anyway, or doing odds or doing evens. And so this is nice because there's fewer problems on the page. I think they can really be focused on these problems, and you figure all the problems I was crossing off with the other curriculums amounts to the same amount of problems you see here. So, and I like it because they can just focus on these problems. Don't have to feel like they have to rush and do like 50 problems on a page. They can really take their time, make sure they're getting correct answers, and that's what I'm finding for us this year, that we're having fewer mistakes because there's less problems on the page. And if I feel like later that we need to review something, I need to supplement, then I will, but so far I haven't had to. So this is grade 6, and some of these fractions problems, we did this in Christian Light for the grade 4, but it's kind of nice because I feel like there's always a rush to move quickly through math. I feel like it's always a race to get who can get the highest level, you know, who can make it to geometry, calculus, statistics first. And I feel like if you don't have the basics down, what's the point of rushing to these higher level maths? I think I like this particular curriculum because all the problems deal with real life problems. I mean, I think it's hard. I think math can be sometimes hard enough for people or kids in general to grasp. And I think if you're relating them to real life problems, then you can kind of see, yes, there is a purpose to doing math, and, you know, you can see how it relates in everyday life. And I like how they use everyday problems to help present the concepts here in this book. So, I mean, some of it is review from Christian Light, the level 4 Christian Light, but I like it because we're getting it down, and I feel like with Christian Light we weren't getting down, and we were just trying to get through the curriculum. So we have checks, we have serial problems, just kind of walking you through. And so they also have a teacher's guide. Now, one thing I like about, so all your quizzes and are going to be in this teacher's guide too. So everything is together. And I like this book because it's not a lot of, I think the kids can work very independently with this because they really break it down, the math lessons. So you're not really, I haven't really had to really teach a lot because they really break it down on how to do the problems. So here in the front of the book, you have your schedule and you have your check marks. You can put what they did on the quiz. Every 9 to 11 days, there's going to be a quiz. No test, but just quiz. So if you use grades, you know, you have your quizzes there. So here's a whole schedule. So it's easy planning. I write these in my planner just so I have everything all in one place. So you have a whole schedule, everything's scheduled out. These are the quizzes. So on the schedule, it tells you when to have your quiz. So these are the quizzes. And then after the quiz, you have the pages here. So it shows you how to work out the problems. And kind of turn this way. It's easier. And so each teacher page looks like the page in the book, how it's colored. And then what I really like is their next level is called Math Principles. I believe it's called, yeah, Principles of Mathematics. And so what I really like in this last book, book 6, is that they give you an introduction to Principles of Math, which would be the next level. And so I really like this, and I believe this level also comes with a video CD or DVD that you can watch with it. And I like it because they give you the whole first chapter. So if you were to finish this at the end of the year and then you wanted to move on, you have that first chapter of that next book in here. Okay, well, I hope this was a little helpful so that you can kind of see what this looks like before you buy it. So far, we're liking it, and my plan is to move to the next level next year for 7th grade. So if you have any questions, go ahead and write them in the comments below. But so far, we're liking it, and I feel like it compares to Abeka and Christian Light, and it just moves, I wouldn't say at a slower pace, but it makes sure that your kid is really getting the concepts. So they're just not rushing through. They're really understanding how to do it and why we do the math problems. Okay, so I will see you guys later. Bye.